Shut it off. Are we live? We are live. We are live.
Are we? I don't see it. Okay, so you check to make sure it's coming up on that.
We're just testing if anybody is on there. We're just checking.
Tic Tacs.
Yep. Says we're live. Share my video with viewers.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
2 viewers.
Really?
Hello, everybody. We are now live,
It's just a news item.
and I think it's about time. And
Is it really?
yeah,
Okay.
don't trip. Okay.
So I'm gonna grab my coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
It's
tell
coffee
me-
break already, guys. We haven't started.
Dave Tanner.
Am I in the
Dave.
right spot?
How you doing? Bob, nice to see you. Kevin Stewart. Yeah. Yep, thanks, Dave. We're live. Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the studio. It's been a while. I had my mask on. Everybody's away from me, a long way away from me, and you don't want to see me get starved of breath and fall off my chair or something as I'm painting this painting. So anyway, you saw the other day we were playing a little game with it. We put a graphic up online.
Is it 12? I'm sorry.
To guess what the painting was going to be all about, and it ends up it is the 100th anniversary on March 26th. This year is the 100th anniversary of the first launching of the original BLUENOSE, and the BLUENOSE is the icon of the state, of the province of Nova Scotia, and it's also a piece that a lot of people don't know, especially the young ones, like Kelsey here, don't know that that's the ship that was put onto our Canadian dime. And we're going to use some dates as we go through this because we're announcing a package that's really, I think we're always trying to be creative, and I'm really happy about this one. It kind of brings me some joy because, through COVID this year and through the all the political situations around the world, I think it's time to take a look at Canada. And we are going to we're going to have 3 special dates that we're going to be reviewing here, and you'll see why, because we're making a real cool package for us Canadians this time around. It is really set for Canada, and I'm the one that watched a lot of the news that was going on, and it concerned me because I knew that everything that happens in the United States happens in the world, and it really got concerning. I feel so much better today for 2 reasons. One, because Biden is doing a good job, but the biggest reason I feel happy is that it's made me so much more proud to be a Canadian. Our country, I've said it to a lot of people, but it's actually, it's like looking at a puppy and you get a little tear in your eyes because you love it so much. But Canada has actually done that to me. So I'm choking up on that.
Ooh.
The best country in the world, and I don't say that lightly. The second largest country in the world, the most untapped resources in the world, probably the most loving and caring people that the world has to offer as a population. Excellent manners still. We still, in general, we still have excellent manners. So there's just so little to not be proud of when it comes to being a Canadian. And that's what this is all about. Is like the world is opening back up again. I think it's time to really start waving the flag, and even just the fact that Biden, the very first thing Biden does, very first international leader, is to go to Trudeau and have a chit chat with him. It shows that it's all going in the right direction. And I hope everybody has been good through COVID. We've worked hard at it. We're staying even today, and just as I said, I get a itchy cough, but no, it's just that's my dry throat. But anyway, COVID, we've been really, really careful not to go anywhere near things. And if you do want to come in, we are super careful here. But at the same time, we've really never had to stop doing business. We've done business with people all the way through. It's been a lot of fun, and don't worry about it. Like, we keep everything sanitized. If you want to come into the gallery, please do. You know, it is slow this time because we have COVID. It is February. It's always a slow time of year. So you know what? Hey, it's time to get in and do some framing too. And I'll tell you what, I'll make sure that Colleen is going to give you the same deals that I do. I usually get heck for the deals I give away because they're usually a little bit on the cheap side. I'm looking at the boss as I speak, at the glaring eyes. Anyway, so the painting is in that, if you've watched these before, the painting is in that situation where I never liked people to see it. Online the other day, I had done a couple little, I put a kind of a mask on top of the painting, and that was upside down, so it threw people off. And in the poll, we were pretty surprised because people were actually guessing Picasso more than I think we called it the provincial icon. Became 100 years old. So anyway, it is the blue nose, and this is one thing we haven't decided on quite, and I am actually going to get you right now involved with this, is the Blue Nose package that we're doing. We're actually going to include a piece of the Blue Nose too. We do have parts of that shipped still. So in the framing packages that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, we're going to have pieces of the Blue Nose too, but I'm painting a painting that can be either the Blue Nose or the Blue Nose 2. So, you know, we're back and forth on that a little bit here. In some of the titling, we're talking about the blue. We're not talking about painting a blue nose as the blue nose. We're talking about painting the blue nose as an icon of Canada, as our ambassador for Canada. And I want you to, if you don't mind, like, just shout it out, even if right on here in the chat. We'll bring it up as it comes through. Which boat do you prefer to see in the painting? And it's not going to change what we do with the packages at all. And all it does is changes one thing on the entire painting. The Blue Nose title will have either two eyes, capital I's behind it, or it's not going to. So it's not going to change anything. Everything about the ships were absolutely identical.
Do I get to yell out my vote right now?
Yeah, sure.
I want the regular, the first Blue Nose.
The first Blue Nose.
Because you've already done the Blue Nose too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's really
You've been
cool.
swayed by Kelsey.
No, I didn't even know she did.
Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't know. I want.
Kelsey went that way too, and you know what? And again, there's two things that will change at that point. On the rear upper aft mast, there would be it's the yard arm of the upper yard arm would have a Canadian flag flying. So it's going to change the flag I put on there, but it also is going to change the title a bit.
Who's yelling this? Somebody said first Blue Nose. Somebody said I've got two originals so far. The other one, yep, first. Good point. First one, good point. Yes, yay.
It looks like everyone's on the
Lucky,
same
yeah.
Yeah, it's all the same person doing it over and over.
No. First, I just want to say hi to Greg Crane. We haven't talked to you in a while. Bobby McGee's on here, Ronnie.
Bobby McGee. Me and Bobby McGee.
Bob Saul's on.
Bob Saul
very
from
cool.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Toronto, yeah. Ricky, yep. Hey, Ricky, you always join us. I just want to ask Dave, you said you've adopted this as your home. Where are you from originally from? Blah. I feel like one of the, what was it? Yeah.
Did he answer you, or is he going to...
Not yet, I don't
There
know.
might be a little delay.
Yeah, there could be a delay. Yeah. So, but anyway, and again, these... Go ahead.
Sorry,
Colin.
somebody just said put original blue flag. What do you mean by the original? Do they have a...
Send me a picture of it. If that's what's supposed to be there, then that's what we're going to do. You know, this is why I think this is fun because...
Sorry, Dave Tanner's from England.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice place. We've been there.
Yeah. I love that.
But welcome to Canada.
Hey,
Glad
Dave,
you're home.
if you live anywhere near Bath,
Lived.
or if you lived anywhere near Bath or whatever, do you know, is there a small airport near Bath? Don't even ask me why. I just want to know, is there a small airport near Bath? Huh? Yeah, I loved the city of Bath. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, now again, the painting is not in the shape that I wish it would be when you see it in my high-speed video, my little teaser video that we did the other day. It was just me putting in a few of the clouds up here. I'm really enjoying this because it's funny, it's not quite like riding a bicycle. When you do clouds, you walk away from the painting, and then about a year later or 2 years later, you're doing clouds again. I find clouds they're absolutely a world in themselves. To do a sky is not the same sky as last time. And this one has taught me a few new lessons, so it's really going to be a lot of fun. In the original piece that I've done, I do actually design a composite where I'm taking a whole bunch of different photographs and I put together a composite. And the original composite, this one looks, Colleen had mentioned when she walked up, it looked really, really, really dramatic. And I don't want it to be overly dramatic, but you're going to think it's going to be that way until just before I'm done. Because there's a very special thing, you know, I always try, in every painting I ever do, I try to do a new technique that works, but I know it works before it happens. And I am going to add the sea mist to this painting over a dramatic sky, and I think it's going to be it should be a real cool effect, because you're going to see it gray, dramatic gray, and maybe a little bit on the dull side. I don't know if you want to call it dull, but that should actually just soften down and become a bit more comfortable at the end of the painting. And then when you see all of this stuff here, these are just hacked into place because I wanted to make sure that my alignment, again, like when I paint, my alignments have got to be dead on or I'm not happy about it. And this morning, I actually did a small correction up in here. You'll see about a 1/4 inch correction on the main mast, because I just want that painting to be in perfect order when I'm doing it. So I'm just going to pick up a brush, and I'm going to let Colleen, I know Colleen enjoys you guys chit-chatting back and forth, and please do. And I might not be turning around every time to talk, but I certainly,
Anyway,
I'm
Dave,
not short for words, let's put it that way.
Dave Tanner says Luttleworth, not sure about Bath. He says about the airport. And I forgot to say hi to Bob Zarb. We haven't.
Oh, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hey,
Thanks.
Bobby.
And happy retirement, by the way, Bob.
Yeah.
Wish I was. No.
Not
I get to
very
retire when I'm
No.
85, guys, if you're
No.
ever wondering about that.
Ron, this is just too much fun. What would you do at home?
What the hell are you talking about?
Nothing.
I'd be flying to Bath, England. That's what I'd be doing. That little airport. No, I don't know.
Well, I have to say that I really wanted the first Blue Nose too, because it's a little bit selfish, because I'm hoping that the original doesn't sell.
Oh my God.
Because
Okay.
I have all of his ship paintings up at home,
So,
looking out at the lake.
Yeah, in case you don't know, we live right on the lake.
looking
and we
out
have
on Lake Erie, and so I was really kind of thinking, oh, this would be another nice addition to that room. So,
I like Robert Zard says Canada's diamond, but the diamond is spelled like a dime.
oh, that's cool.
D-I-M-E.
D-I-M. Oh, that's
Clever.
cool. Canada's dime.
Oh
on.
my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Leave it to Czar.
Good one.
Oh no, you didn't, Bob. Oh no, you didn't. So, anyway, I'm gonna, and I hope I don't bore you to death. But if I do, oh well, whatever, you know. But I want this guy to be, well, that's what really got me painting in the first place. The very, very earliest stage of painting was because I used to lay, you know, I was kind of a child that raised myself, and I would wander off into our little farm, into the ponytail grass, and I would lay in the ponytail grass by myself, and I'd just stare up at the sky, and I'd watch the movement of the clouds, and I'd watch it form different things, just like in the synergy art that we're doing here. And but clouds became my first journey into the world of art, and you know, that's the Wizard of Art type of thing. That it actually absorbed me so well that I was lost. I could be lost there for an hour staring at the sky.
And by the
Didn't
way,
learn a damn thing, but I stared. So
Dave Tanner says Bristol Airport is about 20 miles from Bath.
okay, good. Okay,
Okay.
that's in the northeast. of
John! Hey, John, how are you doing?
John.
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 Bob's John. Bob.
Oh, Bob. Bob's John.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bob's John is staying home,
Yeah.
Okay.
playing hooky.
No, he's not.
I
Or
know.
it's not.
I know. So anyway, I hope I don't bore you, but I think you're going to see that the sky is actually going to start to take on more and more detail as I go. It's very slow. It is like watching a real sky, I guess, maybe, or watching the grass grow.
And I'd just like to say to John Wesley, thanks for doing what you do. John Wesley's one of those, let's call him a frontline worker where
Yes.
he's out there. Yes.
That's all you want me to say right
Yep. And thank you, John, for doing what you do.
Oh, hello, John Wesley. Nice.
Yeah.
For some reason it's not showing me.
now. Okay. Just. And if guys, if it's jerking around like we did, I mean, if we have any stalling and stuff happen, please tell us about that, okay? Because I know that when I'm talking a lot of times, I sort of flail my arms around and stuff like that, and I can stop that, you know, if I have to.
Can you stop it?
No, not really. I'll try though.
My glasses aren't very good. Is that Emma or Erna?
Let me check.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that would
I can't tell if that's an M or an R.
That's Erna.
Okay. Hi, Erna.
Erna
Thanks
Osmond.
for joining us. I notice you join us quite often when we're on. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, you guys, you should grab a pencil or whatever. Did you put the poll up, the contest? Are we running a little contest here? Are we not? Or
For the
for
name
the title?
of the vote? Yeah, that's going to be appearing at 12:45.
Oh, that's what it. Oh,
Don't
okay.
jump the gun there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Thanks
right
for
there.
that feedback, Dave, too. It's nice to know whether the feed is smooth or not. We don't know sometimes from our
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Marla Wells, hi, you guys. How's Alan doing? Hope you guys are keeping good. And yes, I'm working on your art pieces. Not today, though.
That's what we're doing behind the camera, right?
Yeah. By the way, I should introduce everybody to Kelsey here. Kelsey's our new marketer. She's good.
Did you do it?
No,
She
she
waved
won't. She
in
won't.
front.
But she just waved. She's
Just
not gonna.
stick your head in just
want me to stick
sideways
my head
here.
in?
Yeah, yeah.
Hi. See, I'm like,
No,
Nope,
no, not
this
more,
way, this
more
way, this
Kelsey,
way,
more
this way.
Kelsey.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
You see why I'm behind the camera and not in front of
Yeah,
it?
no.
A little awkward.
Kelsey's a missing link that we've been looking for a lot of years, and the thing is that everybody that knows us, they know. I mean, everybody knows we work, especially for our age. I mean, we work like 20-year-olds.
What are you talking about? I'm 29.
Well, that's right. I said 20-year-olds. But what was always missing was someone that could actually almost steer us. And I always said that if we're building, Suchiu is a brand, right? Mm-hmm. And we're building a brand, and I've always wanted to have someone that really had the nerve to push me around a little bit. And I don't know, I'll get at that in a second. But anyway, Kelsey has the ability to change my mind on stuff, which is really good. It's really needed around here.
Yeah.
And Ron
Because
thinks
I'm almost like Donald Trump at times. I get that idiot way of doing those, pushing too hard for stuff I think is right, but it doesn't have to be right at all.
Yeah.
But what were you laughing at, you guys?
So Dave Tanner has asked, who was that masked woman?
Oh.
LOL. So that is me, Kelsey. And just as Ron was explaining there so kindly, I've just found my way here and I'm helping out Colleen and Ron with some of their new initiatives. It's been so exciting and really cool to get to know this business. It's definitely unlike anything I've seen before.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
guys are also so supportive and awesome fans and friends and customers, I would say.
that's the nicest thing about our business.
Absolutely.
It's not a normal business. We've got the greatest customers
Yes, yeah.
that kind of become family.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really unique. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And we weren't laughing at you, by the way, Ron.
No, that's fine.
It was
Yeah.
It was Dave had said who was that masked woman.
No,
We were laughing at
you're
Dave's
right,
comment. And I noticed Dorothy Riem just joined too. Hi, Dorothy. How are you doing?
Oh, that's nice. Who says that?
Dorothy
Oh, cool.
Riem. Yeah, she's at every one of our Ron stocks.
Oh, good. Shout out to Dorothy.
Except 2020.
Yeah, well, we didn't have 2020.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Robert. Or I want to call you Robert, but I'm used to
Bob.
calling you Bob. Just on your Facebook name
Bob
makes
is
you want to
fine.
say Robert.
We're casual people here.
Yes, very casual.
Yeah, it's nice to have Kelsey. It's one of those jobs that I've always wanted to dive into, but I can't because I have 3 other jobs.
Absolutely.
Like the framing job really is it's a full-time job, but then you've got to do business end and marketing and social media, and it's been really nice having Kelsey because first off, you're like a new mind, a young mind. That's what I'm trying to say,
And a young mind, but an old soul.
a young thinker,
Well, thank you.
Maybe a little too young. No.
Yeah, so Kelsey's going to be doing all of our social media, and,
But
I like
I'm gonna
getting your.
stop that a little bit.
But
because,
yeah, I was just going to say because
I still play with my own
Yeah.
my personal
well,
personal Facebook is certainly me doing it, so you understand that when you want to bug me, you still can bug me.
And anytime
like that.
Kelsey puts it out too, it's kind of from all 3 of us.
Yeah.
Like we always know what. Yeah, and I love the emails that everybody sends me personally with comments and things because that's
Yeah,
that way you never get out of the loop and you're always there personal,
absolutely.
which is something we will never. It'll always be in this business. We'll
Yeah.
always be personal.
Everybody said, let's start talking about the painting. No,
Okay.
I am.
Okay, go.
So, in the painting,
We're
when
busy.
I'm doing, it's okay. It's funny because as I'm doing this, I'm always thinking of the synergy art that I'm doing because, I know I said earlier when I was laying out in the field, I always looked, and then you started to realize you're seeing animals in the sky and people in the sky. I always loved it because you see a face that's a profile a lot of times of a person, and it looked like their mouth was opening or whatever. But the same as in the sky that I work on here, like I'm looking down at something, I have a basic, just a rough, it was not a very good looking picture of the sky. And it tells me what color tones and values I need, but it doesn't tell me where to put a little puffy cloud. I mean, that would just be, actually there's a local artist that would do that, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but that would copy the cloud identical. And I watched online one day somebody doing clouds for over 2 hours and going back over the same cloud to make it exactly like the photograph. I was like, what? Like, what the heck? Why would you ever even care about that? The cloud should be my cloud, this cloud. This is something that I'm creating, right? So you're going to see that it slowly becomes more dramatic where I want it to be. It gets puffier, it gets smoother, it gets softer where I want it to be.
But I'm going to say that's the difference between you as an artist. Like, if it was me painting, which I can't do anyway, I would be copying clouds because I don't know how to paint a cloud. Like, what does a cloud look like? Where you're a natural at it.
It's like you just remember things almost
Yeah.
as if it's a picture in your brain or something.
Well, it is, I do have a
Yeah.
bit of a photographic memory,
Yeah.
so that's...
Yeah, there's a word for that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just to me, it becomes not like a photograph. A lot of times, it goes past being what a photograph is. It almost becomes a caricature of the sky, because I'm pushing the drama of the sky past where it might just might naturally be right at that moment, right?
Yeah.
Now, up in here too, when Colleen mentioned this morning about it being so dramatic.
Dark.
And dark, yeah. I
It
think
was
is
dark
so-
and moody
dark.
to me.
But the darkness, when this dries a bit more, I don't know if there's any artists out there, but I really do want you guys to tell artists to come and visit these painting sessions, because hopefully they learn a couple things. Once this painting is all dry, and it might even be after I'm all done, what I feel is all done, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to start to highlight these clouds up and just bring them up. And they might even look like the sun's burning at them.
Yeah.
So, you know, and also, this is a cool picture right now. It's very, very cool gray. It's going to become a little warmer. So, but those are all, you know, somebody said about layers earlier. The layers can, in a painting, to me, can be not the icing on the cake, but and even not even say the rose of the icing on the cake. It's the actual colorful little tip of the petal of the rose, and that's what I think a really good painting ends up to be. Is have you taken it to the point where it looks realistic? Yes, I've done that. Have you taken it to the point where the sky looks pretty good? Yes, I've done that. Now, after all is said and done, have I actually given it the final personality that it wanted to be when I started to paint it? And that's what I want the blue nose to have in its background. I want it to have the soul that I want to believe Canada is. And you know, yes, it's dramatic. Yes, it's beautiful, and you know, got a lot of detail and everything else. I don't even know if I'm just wandering off. I almost feel like Rain Man. It's like I'm wandering off into insanity here, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm just an artist.
Definitely nine.
Yeah,
Definitely 9
That's
clouds.
the old, how many brain
Cloud
cells
nine.
does an artist? How many brain cells does an artist have? 9. Definitely 9.
Definitely 9.
I actually used to have 9, but I ruined a few with paint smells and fumes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I put my brushes in my mouth at the wrong time. Okay, so
Paul, how are you guys doing? Hope you're staying
Paul,
safe. And how's the farm?
Paul Williams.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby little donkeys.
Yeah.
I love their animals.
He's got some cool animals.
They got a farm that's and I'm gonna. Hopefully, I'm not insulting, but their farm is a toy. and the animals are toys. They're just the most adorable things
that's
in
so
the world.
cool.
They don't get animals to cut them up and make steaks out of.
Oh,
Well,
right.
maybe they do. I don't know.
So it's like a petting zoo.
It's like a petting zoo, and they love kids. So
Paul says that they are doing well and all of the animals are great.
oh, that's fun.
That's so good to know. That's awesome.
Yeah. They're in. Oh boy, I've lost it again. I was thinking Tennessee, but
It is Tennessee.
Is it Tennessee?
Yeah, he's just said Tennessee. Good day from Tennessee.
Yeah,
Oh wow, Tennessee. Eh?
I
Yeah.
moved there.
Yeah. What's the weather like in Tennessee today?
Country.
He says they're all doing well. All the animals are great. I just noticed too that Dave Tanner says, who was it that said every time an artist dies, God lets them paint the sky to say goodbye? Different sky every time you look.
That's cool.
That's cool. I've never heard that.
That's because he's from England.
England.
56.
What's that?
56 degrees.
Oh, 56.
56. That's nice.
Oh,
Not
not for them.
bad.
That's probably cold for them.
Barb is here.
Oh, hey, Barb. 56. Yeah, I was just talking to our daughter in Finland, Paul, and she said it was, what would 10 Celsius?
Good.
About 3 below or 4 below.
Yeah, she said it went 10 the other day, and she said it was feeling pretty good.
Yeah, Finland doesn't get a lot of warm, or was it snow
Well,
that they don't get, or warm?
No,
It's
you know
real
what?
icy there.
It's
icy.
amazing though that they are. If you watch the weather, it's actually almost what we have.
Okay.
It's
It is,
within-
but it's just
Usually a couple
longer.
degrees cooler. And
Yeah.
to Finland, where she is, if you went to the upper, there's a line where all of our western provinces stop at the
Right.
north.
Yeah.
If you went 80 miles past that up into the Yukon Territory
Oh.
or Northwest Territory, that's actually where she is, about 80 miles
Oh,
north of.
okay. Like on the.
So you would think that they'd be really, really cold at all times, but it's the current. I think it's the Baltic Sea. That has
Yes,
a
you're
lot
right.
of current.
Baltics. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's
I've never been.
No, it's an amazing spot.
Paul says it's raining there.
Rain.
Hey, Barb, you enjoying your grandson?
New grandson?
He is
2 years old last week.
Was he 2 or 1?
Oh, well, happy late birthday.
I'm sure. I thought it was 2.
Was he 2?
Yeah, but he's talking better than I do, so.
It's gotta be at least 2.
I don't know why. Time has gone by too fast.
What is actually getting close?
So
Barb says it's looking good, wrong.
Okay, good.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
I am. What did you ask her?
Oh, we asked her if she's enjoying her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, Barb. The
Yeah, that's why
brain.
there's 3 of us. So
Somebody
we can
just
each
walked in.
remember some.
We got a customer walked in the door. Those darn
Customer.
customers, eh?
Right.
Just when we're having fun. No.
Zarb says that 10 degrees Celsius would be 50 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go. At least somebody knows.
No,
I always have a hard
actually,
time.
we were talking to her. It was 10. Oh, it might have been actually. You know what? Now you say that, it might have been.
Yeah?
Because I was thinking it was 10. I thought she said 10 below.
Oh,
What you said.
okay. Yeah, I think it was, let's see.
Anyway,
56. Yeah.
so everybody, where Ava, my daughter, is from, is when you saw Trump being an idiot with Putin there for a while, that was only about a mile from her house.
Oh, wow.
We've been actually right where they were. If you ever do go to Finland, you got to go to Estonia. Tallinn, Estonia is an ancient town that's hundreds of years old, and it looks like Walt Disney designed it. It's the most beautiful little fairy tale
Wow.
city, and
That
every
sounds
part of
neat.
it looks like a fairy tale.
And I know Colleen said she's been there 3 times. Have you been there?
Once.
Just once? Yeah.
That was about it for me, though.
Yeah.
I'm not a big traveler like that.
I'm not a big fan of flying, so I get it.
I love flying, but I wish the airplanes were empty when I was in them.
Oh, yeah?
I get claustrophobic with
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's how long of a flight is it? 10 hours?
people. Took us 23 hours last time.
Are you kidding?
By the time you're
Whoa.
done, yeah.
That's
yeah. By the
crazy.
time you're done changing, you change over in Frankfurt, Germany.
Holy. That's a long flight.
Yeah, it's a long time to be airborne. And in the airports, which I hate the airports.
Mm-hmm. Especially now.
Talking about the painting here,
Yes.
I really, really, really roughed this in. And, this is, again, I've said it so many times, there's times I don't want you to see my canvas. But today, the way it is today, I think people enjoy seeing these things happening. But all of this scratchy looking stuff is just not going to exist when it's all done. Be beautiful billowing sails. The nice thing with the BLUENOSE had, there was a lot of stitching in the BLUENOSE sails, so there's actually, a sail like this doesn't just billow here, it actually billows in lines where it's almost like a ruffled, it's like Jerry Seinfeld's ruffled shirt or puffy shirt or whatever. Yeah. Actually, there's a line here I don't like. I am going to tell you about these things as they go, and that sail would never do exactly what it's doing here. It would never go straight or slightly in and then billow out. That billow, dynamically, the air has got to make that work perfectly. So you have to make this billow out a bit, and the reason I'm telling you about that is because a lot of people appreciate my paintings, but a lot of times they don't understand why something looks a little bit better than the next painting. And it's because your mind's eye, you figure out the dynamics just because you live life in this world. So if I do something really, really wrong in here, it will actually look wrong to you. It'll look wrong. You'll recognize it faster being wrong than I would. And that's probably what just happened. So I'm trying to get that sail so that the wind really has pushed on it properly. Not that I'm going to finish it right now, but I certainly don't want to leave that. And I've mentioned before, if I leave things go that I see when I'm doing it, I have a bad memory. And I could possibly forget to change it and correct it.
Yeah.
So,
It's definitely a lot of technical aspects. It's more than just creativity at this point. Right?
yeah, Kelsey's getting to know me a little bit too, and you know, when we do these things, I'm not holding back for anybody. Like, you know, I said that when I have to do a train or something like that, those are really, really demanding pieces. This is actually a very demanding painting, and you know, Bob Saul's going to laugh at me right now because I said, I could probably pull that off in just a few days, and he knew damn well that when I said that I was lying. Not intentionally lying,
Right.
but he knew,
Overestimating.
he would know that it's going to take me a lot longer. Bob Zar's the same way. He would understand those things that Ron always underestimates,
Right.
underguesses the time that he's going to use.
Yeah.
But I just did that just so that it looks a little bit less offensive. That's a weird word to
Less
use, but it's-
offensive.
well,
Less
it is.
abrasive?
No, less offensive to me.
Yes, for sure.
It's my, you know, I'm pretty nasty. I'm blaming myself for doing things wrong, so I don't want to have that happen. So anyway, as this goes along, all these white areas, you're just seeing pure white canvas there. I actually push these shapes into the canvas just to make sure that this is dead center. I know where I want it. You know, I want to make sure the angle of the ship is going to look okay. This is called a front 3/4 view. That's probably the most popular view for a ship. It seems like every boat you ever look at, including ours. I mean, I remember when we were out in the water that one day, and Colleen was on a tube, and she took pictures of the boat. It ended up to be that shot. She was low in the water and looking up at a 3/4 view, front view of the boat. And that's probably why they always put the name right there. No, I don't. But it is. It's always in a spot like that.
And it's interesting because the previous painting, the BLUENOSE 2, is on a different angle than this one. So you kind of get the two vantage points.
Yeah. Well, that was actually, when you think of, see, the reason I did that other one is because it's on the same, it's a complete profile, like the dime.
Yeah.
So you can't mistake that that's the one on the dime.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what the 2021 dimes will look like when they come out.
Oh, you want to talk about that? Is it time to talk about
Sure,
it?
why not? Let's start trickling in the good news.
Yeah. So there's the 3 dates that were important here, and you know, I'm going to apologize to you a few times today. The sky is, I know it's slow moving. You're not going to see much happening here. Next time around, you're going to see a lot. It's going to be a lot more done before you even get here. And I do record these things so that there will be a full high-speed video. So anyway, there's 3 dates that are important with the BLUENOSE. 1921, March 26, 1921, was the day that the original BLUENOSE launched. Then about in 1937, they decided that the ship was so important that they would put it on the Canadian dime. So the dimes going from 1921 to 1936 were whatever was on it. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then from 37 on to this day, it's become the BLUENOSE. So what we're doing is we're putting together a package that the packages are we've got already established what they're going to basically look at. We're going to maybe fiddle with the frames, but the packages will all, you know, we do this framed piece. You can buy them, I mean, you can buy the print probably on its own, but most people buy them framed because we're going to include the dimes, and on the sign and number pieces, they're only going to be a dime from today. I hope I got this right. I wish Colleen was here, but
Okay.
so it'll be a dime from today and a piece of the BLUENOSE. So we're actually going to give you a piece of the BLUENOSE too, a piece of the wood.
Should I
And
grab it?
what's that?
Should I grab the block?
Yeah, that's a bit big. So yeah, go ahead, grab one. Yeah,
Show them what it looks
yeah,
like.
yeah. So, and actually, so we're going to put a piece of the BLUENOSE 2 in there, and we're actually going to have a dime from 2021 as the 100th anniversary. And then on the artist proofs and the press, or the artist proofs, we're actually going to add, I think it's a 1921 dime, I believe is the 21 dime. So you're going to actually have a dime from 100 years ago, and that will be representational. It's almost like dating the piece using some memorabilia. And then on the press proofs, we actually got really lucky, and we found they were hard to find, but we found some 1937 dimes. So we're actually going to put that in the package. That's the real cool package because it's got a piece of the blue nose, and it's got a dime from 1921, a dime from 2021, and in between the first dime that ever had the blue nose on it. Also, when you see the website that's Kelsey's building, we're actually putting on. There's going to be a brochure happening now, which is stuff that I always wanted to do but never really got. We did it on the old website, but we never got back to it. And you'll see this piece. This is actually a piece of the blue nose too. I've got a few pieces like this, and what we do is we slice it down. It's just almost about a 1/4 inch thick, and then we're going to give a piece of this. Piece of the blue nose, so that you really have a real piece of history.
Yeah.
If you notice this one, a ship, anybody who works with ships would know that that's the beginning of dry rot. And we actually found a picture of them replacing this board right here. This exact board was being replaced.
Yeah.
So I'm lying. It may be this board or not, but it is definitely
A piece.
a piece of this board of that ship, and probably around that spot. This is amazing. This is red oak, and I think it's a full 2 inches thick. That's not the full hull of the blue nose, which to me seems like, red oak of that strength is phenomenal, right?
Absolutely.
But now there's a space between the outer hull and the inner hull, and the space, and then you'll have another piece this thick. So you actually have this thick of a hull on the blue nose.
That's awesome.
So that was a very, very substantial ship.
Just real quick, I wanted to say hi to Barbie Annie and Bob
Oh.
Thompson, who both joined us in the last 10 minutes or so
Oh.
now. So thank you for being here today.
Barbie Annie.
Barbie Annie.
Barbara Ann.
Barbara Ann. Just say her name over and over. I know that we have the 1921 dimes here. We don't have the 2021s yet.
No, that's the mystery, because the mission is to get those before we're ready to move these out the door, because the mint hasn't released them yet, but they will. Oh yes, they will. If not, I'll have to call up Trudeau and
Yes.
give him heck.
On a first name basis?
Not yet. There's other two that I would be, but Chrétien and Paul Martin, I was on a first name basis with them.
It's like almost like Bob Zarb read our minds, because he says, "Wow, my possible title sounds good now with these dimes in it." You think?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it was before he even knew about the dimes. Kind of guessed it.
And he's going to be upset about that too. I don't blame him. Bob Zarb does a lot of work with us, and we're just getting ready to do some commercial work for customized gifts for customers. And what we did with what was his name, Ken Knapp, for a while back.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing some more stuff like that soon.
Dave and Kathy Shuttleworth, say hello.
Oh, how are you doing, guys?
Hi, Dave and Kathy.
How's the big family? Now, let's get some highlights in the sky.
I can already start seeing it lightening up there, like on the
Yeah,
edges
yeah.
of the clouds.
It'll brighten up a bit right now.
For sure.
I think. We'll see how well I do.
Alright. So, I think I'm going to try and post that poll. Actually, I'll wait for Colin to get back. Oh, they're doing well. Thanks for asking.
Oops. Just stuck my brush in dark brown paint. That would do well.
Oh, uh-oh. So, do we want to talk about the prices
Sure.
on
Yeah.
this?
Listen to that. See, I told you, Kelsey knows what to do when it comes to Ron. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so the prices, I think we did this before. These ones are going to be $3.95. The prices of the signed and number piece, those are framed, right? And then and the artist proofs, all they're all the same size. Or, I think they are. Yes, they are. They're all the same
Yep,
size.
12 by 12.
12 by 12 inches, and then, so the piece framed is going to be about this size. Next time we'll probably have, or by the end of this, I think it's going to take 3 sessions. The third session we'll probably have something that we can show you as far as the package. And then you got the artist proof, which is coming with the 2 dimes and the piece of wood, and they're going to be $5.95. And then you have the press proofs, which are going to be 3 pieces, or 3 dimes and a piece of wood and a frame, and that's going to be, I'm looking over here because it's $7.95. But each one of those has a $50 discount up until the launching day of the BLUENOSE, which is March 26th.
Yep.
Those prices will remain low, or the lower price, and then after that it'll go to the regular price.
That's right.
Yeah, if we still got any left.
That's right. So pretty much right after this live video, it'll become available
Yeah.
to pre-order, and you'll be able to save $50 if you do that before March 26th. Just
Here
to
you go.
reiterate.
This goes my head going off in the wall land here. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
I
Focus mode.
No, I just know something. I wander like that. Again, people hopefully they get to get used to that and don't mind it too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and get the sky a little lighter looking, a little fluffier and puffier, and a bit stronger sunlight because the sails are gonna have some pretty strong sunlight on them,
Yeah.
and it bothers me just to look at it.
I learned a lot about the BLUENOSE while I was doing research. I went from not even knowing that it was on the dime to probably being able to take a quiz on it tomorrow. But it's very cool. It's the fastest boat. Yeah, what was it? The Fisherman's Cup, I believe.
That was American.
Yeah,
American Cup.
exactly. So it beat all American schooners. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, never. Yeah, it was never challenged at all.
Yeah, for 3 years in a row, and then after that, I think it was second place.
Oh,
and
was it?
then
Okay, well,
just
you
once.
made a liar of me then.
I'm sorry.
You really did. You just
I
made
mean,
a total
this is just me
liar.
remembering one article,
Okay.
so.
Well, maybe you remember a little too much. No.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with you. Robert Salt, he says, great price points. Thank you. Yes. We think it's a pretty good deal to own that piece of history in your home. And if you know anything about art, it only goes up in value as time goes on. So it's definitely a good way to look at things. You should share that story about how you had the BLUENOSE painting in your house, and then you looked over, and what did you see?
Actually, I was disappointed with that because the tall ships came through, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there having, I think it was a day off, and I'm having a coffee, and I'll call it a Florida room. That's not what we call it, but it's the back room is about 30 feet across, all windows, right? And then I look out, and right just off of, we could see the Leamington dock within a mile of our house, and there was the BLUENOSE sitting anchored right there offshore in exactly the same profile that I had in my painting. And then I look over on the wall, and the first painting to me within 5 or 6 feet was the BLUENOSE. So I got my my phone out, and I actually filmed the piece on the wall, and I started to talk, and I had the door open. So as I'm talking about the BLUENOSE painting, I walked out the door, and I said, and here it is right here. Well, like an idiot, what do? By the time I get to work, I've already erased the video somehow. But I had the perfect video. It was, one of those unique things that happened.
Well, maybe it was just a moment meant for you, and not the whole.
Well, aren't we being, no, it was just me being dumb is what it was. Dumb. I don't mind saying that. I'm just not good at this stuff,
Oh,
That's why we hire somebody like Kelsey
oh, please.
to be able to guide me through it.
Yeah. Try to be each other's strengths and weaknesses. I'm gonna see if I can get that poll going.
Highlights do everything to bring to bring a painting up, and especially in this one, is to make the sun look a lot stronger. Because if I didn't highlight it, it just looks like a gloomy day. And I know you don't stick around, especially when it's this boring at times, but make sure you come back next time around, because you're going to see a lot more happening here. And certainly I wouldn't expect everybody to sit here through the whole thing. It'd be nice if you want to converse with us a bit more, though. That'd be good. One thing I never mind doing is talking.
Okay. So if you guys notice now, it might look different on your mobile if you're not on a desktop, but there is a poll available on the screen with 4 different names that we are choosing between for this piece. So,
Titles.
Right,
Titles, yeah.
different titles.
Yeah.
So if you all would like to be a part of this decision process, feel free to vote on any of those 4 choices. And if you see something on there that's not what you were thinking, feel free to comment below as well if you
Yeah.
have any other ideas. I see one here right now from Mike Coffin that says East Coast Pride, and I think that's nice. It's a nice one.
So maybe what we'll do is let's take a look at the 4. The one I like. No, I'm not going to say that. That's I don't want to. But anyway, we put down 4. There was a couple that I had a real reason for putting them down like that. But at the same time, certainly, please send in your titles, and I'll make sure that if we use your title, you
Yeah.
get something special for it.
For sure. I mean, and
Yeah, maybe a $1 zillion. We'll
Maybe
give you
$1 zillion. And a credit on the website, of course.
Oh boy.
Just giving things away.
Too many decisions happening too fast.
Don't listen to anything I say. Just kidding.
So Kelsey was a good girl while she was here.
Yeah.
It's funny, she's not the most confident person in the world once in a while. And
Get embarrassed easy.
Yeah, working Toronto is not the place you want to have a lack of confidence, I'll tell you.
It's good. It's challenging me to be outside my comfort zone, so that I need a good challenge.
Hey, Ron stock this year, hopefully, it sounds, I heard on the news this morning that they're advancing the COVID vaccine schedule a little bit, and Colleen and I got a bet, so it's not a huge bet, but it is a bet, and I've always lost my bets with Colleen, but this time I'm going to win, because I said I'm going to bet that we're going to have Ron stock this year, and on the right day. She's betting that we are going to have Ron stock, but not on that day. So, but please, we had people in the other day, and please come by if you can and you want. I know everybody misses Ron stock. Everybody I've spoken to, they really miss the day. And one lady said. She said, on Father's Day weekend, we almost starved this year because we didn't have Ron stock. She threw me off the way she said it. It was like, oh, that's so sad. And then she told me why.
That's awesome. Mike Coffin said the reason he thought of that name, the East Coast Pride, is because his dad was born in Halifax, and he often referred to her as such, the boat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And what else was she referred to as?
Also, the Queen of the North Atlantic is a popular one in Nova Scotia.
That's neat.
That is super neat.
So
And
here's
then-
where this sunlight starts to come up.
Yeah.
I wish Colleen was here.
Yeah,
Because it happens pretty quick. The highlights are so
I can tell.
important.
That's crazy.
They're so important.
To answer your question, Robert Zarb, he asked, Did you guys say that you already have the 1921 dimes? We do. I think we have about 30 right now.
No. Oh, the 19. Yes, the 19.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
right.
But we're still looking for more, I believe.
I don't know if we do.
The 1921, we don't
Actually,
need
you can
more.
ask Bob Saul. He would know.
Yeah.
Bob, if you're there, do we have all the dimes that we need, the older ones?
Oh, hi, Ann McDowell. Nice to see you. But definitely the 2021 dimes is what we are going to be looking for right now.
It's weird to have the antiques and not the...
Yeah.
Every found has a silver lining.
It's true. You want to add
Does it?
some glitter in it?
Yeah, artificial, that sugary stuff that you get on the
Some craft
Christmas
glitter?
cards. Yeah. But that makes those clouds.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can you guys see the details coming through? I know the image might look a little smaller if you're watching from your phones, but live and in person it looks pretty crazy. It's pretty awesome. Robert Zarb just said he looked online and they're $80 each. Are you referring to the 1921 dimes?
Yeah, I know we got pretty lucky on some of these.
Yeah. People know that Ron likes to collect things, so they're pretty, keep him first in mind when they come across things like that, so it's pretty cool.
Well, I think we got, Colleen is the real mystery maker there, I'll tell you. Like
Oh, yeah?
Well, and we have something happening for Ron stock this year, whether we have Ron stock or not. And I'll tell you about it right now. It's going to be a little reminiscent of the Canada 150th, what it's going to have to do only with Windsor area, Windsor, Essex County. And so Colleen's actually out there on the internet looking for all different types of memorabilia.
Yeah.
Anything to do with Windsor, and she's got some pretty cool stuff happening over there.
Oh, so cool.
Can I sneak a customer in here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
just
gonna
catching...
put my mask on for a second, guys.
Oh, yes.
It's important.
Just catching up on some comments here. Bob Saul says that we do have all the dimes we need in terms of the 1921s.
That's what I thought.
And thanks for answering there, Kevin Stewart. He just let us know that he's watching on a 50-inch TV and it's looking great.
Oh, good.
Back here.
Good.
He's on live. He's live right now. Come on in.
Yeah. You want to be on camera? You got a customer here. Hello.
Ron, this fella has a really lovely painting that somebody,
Good morning.
a friend of his, painted an original.
Oh, yeah.
What's the fella's name again?
Rory Gallagher.
I don't.
He was a blues player.
Oh, yeah, of course. I was going to say, I don't know, painter.
No. It's a really nice original.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's doing now the Blue Nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
We are online, so we got everybody involved with trying to name it and everything else. And it's a lot of fun.
These are all his originals here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back here. It's very big. In this little area here.
Where the magic happens.
The magic, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Question here from Rob Zarb.
Yeah.
Are you still looking at the bikes for Ron stock? If so, make sure we let Kevin know of a date so he can arrange.
Oh, yeah, we will do that. Hey, Bob, you want to get a hold of him? Just see if he'll be available for that. The little problem right now, obviously, is that we just don't know the date.
Kelsey, about how many people would be on?
We've had about 10 to 15 viewers
Right now?
consistently. Yeah.
And one time you were painting, how many people did we have on?
That day we had over 1,000
Over
people.
1,000
Oh,
people.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been away from it for a while. So.
What were you painting that day? The Canada 150?
No, I think that was the cardinal piece.
Yeah,
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And that was just as COVID was happening,
Yes.
so a lot of people were
and
at
that's
home.
why. Yeah,
too.
everybody was home. They were looking for things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
tried to strategically schedule this video so that if you're on your lunch break at work or something and you want to pop in, you'd have the chance.
Hey, and you guys respond to that if it's wrong,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
Because everything we're doing is guessing here.
for sure. Yes, we're.
It's all a guess.
Except for what you're doing, Ron.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that they haven't walked away from me.
Wow. Impressive.
Thank you.
That's a gift.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
He's
Don't I
never
know it?
had a formal art lesson.
No way.
No, you know, that's really misleading because
No, you haven't.
but I've formally done it myself.
Well,
so-
yes.
Yeah, no, I
You've taught
understand.
yourself, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you've never.
I kind of joke about that because I got some of the best teachers in the world, Da Vinci, Dali.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You don't get better than those guys.
yeah.
And anytime you want to learn something, you got the internet now to do it. So
Yeah. Just like this.
yeah.
That's amazing.
So this man, and what's your name, sir?
His name is Rory Gallagher.
No,
You-
yours.
My name, Antoine.
Antoine. Yeah. So Antoine, you're responding the way a lot of people do, and a lot of people have never been in my studio before. They look at a print on the wall and they see the print, and then they walk back in the studio, and there is. I'm not boasting, but there is a wow factor to seeing a live painting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having it done like
Rather than seeing it on the internet.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. A live painting and an original, like a not printed one, looks different. Just to
Yeah.
even see like the texture of the paint from an original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely makes a difference.
That's like we were just
Yeah.
saying about the original he brought in. You
Oh,
can
okay.
see the different kind of marks, brush strokes, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a perfect, like it's not perfectly flat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hi, Greg Crane. Thanks for joining us. Greg Crane.
Yeah. He's been with. Yeah. Written any more books, Greg?
You hockey puck. Oh no. That was an old. That was a Don Rickles thing, and the reason I said that is because he did a book about hockey, and then he had some hockey pucks done.
Oh,
Special
okay.
hockey pucks.
We actually framed them, the book, with some hockey pucks.
Oh,
'cause
that's
the
so
book,
neat.
The book, I believe, was about coaching, correct, Greg? Coaching
Yeah.
hockey? Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty dramatic, Sky. Maybe too dramatic for Colin. Not for me though.
Yeah.
It's a dramatic shape.
Pretty nice.
wow.
I like your blue. It's almost not blue. It's kind
Well,
of
that's going to be bluer. So
Gray
like a
blue.
When it's all
teal
done.
kind of gray.
this,
Yes,
yeah, I don't know what you would call it. Yeah, gray blue is.
gray blue. I don't know. Yeah.
It's not Suchiu blue, but
No.
it is a form of
Does
blue.
that have a touch of green in it, Ron? It almost
It could.
seems like it
Well,
does.
no, it's yes. Technically, you could say that. It's
Okay.
actually it's brown.
Brown.
It's brown. I know it doesn't look like it. It's brown. It's got there's red in there.
I can see the red because it almost
Yeah.
goes purple right down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's, and I really wanted that to happen because when the light is trying to punch its way through, the sun's trying to punch its way through, it's going to catch different colors, and that's what happens here. Is you get an array of different colors happening. But they're subtle. They're so subtle. There's definitely no. I don't think you'd be seeing that online right now. What everybody's talking about here.
Okay.
That
Okay.
because those are so subtle. Those colors.
Oh, for sure. Especially on a recorded image, it kind of changes the color.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you lose it for sure.
I never noticed though. I mean, he's the one that kind of taught me. You look up at the sky and you say it's blue. You look at the water and you say it's blue.
Yeah.
And I never realized that your sky has green in it. It's got purple in
Yeah.
it. It's got you
Yeah.
don't think of that. It's blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, am I wrong? I heard something about that the water's not actually blue. It's just like the reflection from the sky making it look, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't
No,
know.
it's the reflection from the sky for sure.
Yeah, something like that.
Water is blue in depth. It is.
It's clear.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on where you're at too, though.
For
Well,
sure.
basically, you're
Lake
seeing.
Erie's not
you're
really
seeing
blue.
It's kind of brown.
algae green.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Thanks,
Thank
Brett.
you.
That's very
What a
nice.
surprise.
Good.
It's good to see you here.
See you guys.
See you later.
Bye. Thanks for coming in.
The wows are my paycheck.
Oh, I
like that
know.
when somebody enjoys my art that much.
Very rewarding.
So, I know what time it is, so I just.
Oh, let me
get on
check
it.
for you. I think we got about 27 minutes.
Hey, I'm just gonna have a drink of my coffee.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions about the painting as it's coming into its form here, feel free to comment them. We'll try our best to answer each and every one.
I'm gonna take my time and move it up. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a bit noisy and silly looking here for a bit.
that's fine. The cool thing about these live videos is you kind of get that inside look at the process
Yeah.
beyond just seeing a painting in a gallery, you know?
Well, there's a lot of work to it, and people don't realize.
With this one, it's pretty cool. We did a video about a week ago of Ron stretching a canvas. And believe it or not, it's this canvas right here. So
This is it. So I'm moving on up in society. No. And I'm trying to get to the point where I can get at this part right here, because there's before I go too much further, there's clouds to be done. I always paint in layers, and I got to know logistically when the layer has got to be painted. So there's a layer of clouds in here, and I don't want to finish this. It's going to be a real dark area here, but I don't want to finish that before I finish the clouds that are further back.
yeah.
And that should be some pretty neat detail.
So I know I have a question looking at this. The orange in the background. Is that going to be land or like a continuation of the sky? The
That's
sea?
the sky. That's the sunset starting to happen.
That's nice.
Again, that's when the sun is beating its way through these clouds. That's just what happens.
Absolutely.
Or it could be pollution. No.
Greenhouse gas?
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's funny because where we live, Jacques Cousteau came through here years ago,
Yeah.
and he said that Essex, Leamington Dock area where we live was the second most beautiful place in the world for sunsets. He literally wrote that in a National Geographic book.
No way. That's awesome.
And but he said the unfortunate thing is the pollution from Detroit was what was causing it to happen. The only reason it was so beautiful is because of pollution.
Okay.
But
The irony.
we don't get the sunsets we used to get.
Oh, I know.
And it's nice because that means that there's less pollution.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to put some nice little, real gentle gray clouds down in here.
Oh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
Dorothy LaDoucier, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name there, but she's recommending The Queen of the Seas.
That's
Also nice. And then Rob Zarb gave us this cool fact. There's a place in Malta called the Blue Grotto that when you put your hand in the blue water, your hand looks blue.
Oh, I've seen that.
That's
Bob.
so
Yeah,
cool.
I've seen that. It's actually very famous.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hello, Jacqueline Stewart. Thanks for joining us.
My cousin.
Yeah, she says, great, cuzzo, heart.
Yeah. Kevin and Jacqueline.
Awesome. Oh, right. His last name was Stewart.
Yeah.
Now I see the connection.
Other sister and brother. And cousin and cousin.
Cousin and cousin.
That's where you gotta be careful because you mess this up and it's hard to go back on it and fix it.
And why is that?
Just because.
Just guess. Some things
There's
can't
just
be
times-
explained.
Well, yeah, no, they can be explained. They're, the more subtle something has to be, the harder it is to correct.
Yeah.
So, and if I went wrong on this, it really would make a mess.
No pressure.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I got 3 years of experience painting already.
Only 3?
Well, 3, 9, definitely 9.
3 times 10, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe even more. Actually, let me do the math.
Well, I got 58 years of professional.
Wow.
58. My first painting was sold 58 years ago.
Yep, Ron
Oh my
was
God.
10 years old when he sold his first painting.
Well, yeah, but that sounds horrible. That sounds
Sounds
horrible.
awesome to me.
58 years ago.
Living legend.
In his own mind, he is. I'll tell you right now. Well, I hope I don't bore people too much. It's actually boring for me at times, this painting. But
Yeah.
no, not really too boring, but if you don't have the details, you don't have the painting right. It's got to be there.
Yeah.
Now, people have seen me do this one before. I've got to use the trick of
It's like
having an
a
edge. That's a nice,
slick?
strong edge.
It would be cool to see the details coming through in the boat, the different boards and stuff. Well, there's a long
I'll
ways
pick
to go.
Now you're talking ahead of it.
There I go
You
again.
won't see the boards in the ship,
Oh, okay.
just to warn you. That would be the mistake where detail can only be seen from certain distances.
Right.
And
False news.
and most
I mean-
artists, that's a good thing that you said that. Because most artists try to put all the detail in. I remember a man that came in one time and he was fighting. He did a good job of a baseball park. He was an umpire, but he painted as a hobby.
Wow. Okay.
And the only thing he was having trouble, and he was having major trouble, was with the grass. The simplest thing you think in the world, right?
Yeah.
All right, and he said, I can't do the grass. I can't get the grass right. I said, well, just forget about it and paint over it and just do the color you want. And he went, what? Like I said, you can't see the grass from 200 feet away. You only see a beautiful carpet of green.
Okay.
So paint a beautiful carpet of green and don't worry about any details. And when he did it, it was just like,
Wow.
there you go, you know.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, to do too many details, if I was to do the boards on the ship, it would look like a cartoon.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it would look cartoonish because you would just definitely not see them that far away.
Basically, it sounds like you tried to copy what your eye actually sees.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's, I know artists that go out, they call plein air. When you see an artist out in a scenery and he's painting on his easel. And there's people that developed ways of actually color checking. So I know this one man has what looks to be a little gun with a tab on the end that looks like a sight in a circle. And what he does is he'll take his paint and paint it on the little sight and then go like this and look at the sky at where he's painting
Okay.
and tell how far off he is on the colors.
Oh wow.
So
That's amazing.
that's getting a little carried away. That's when you're actually trying to make a photograph instead of a painting. But that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you did that, and some people are colorblind too. So if you're doing that, you could actually match pretty close, even if you're colorblind.
That's amazing.
I'd just like to say we made that fella's day.
Oh yeah.
He's a brand new customer.
Oh good. Now he's on camera. Or at least his name is.
And he said, Ron, these little things like this, he was so wowed coming into your studio, thought it was such a privilege. And
For sure.
it was, and he said, it's those little things that make your day.
Aw, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I know I got super excited when I started hearing the brush on the canvas from the other room. I hadn't seen Ron paint yet, so I jumped in. I'm like, oh, it's happening.
I slammed the door on it.
Yeah, need privacy.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put some color down here because it will make the painting turn. All of a sudden, it'll turn to something altogether different. We'll see. You'll see what I'm trying to say. Because that white thing is just making it look horrible. What should I use? What should I do? What should I do?
So tell me about this contest you got going, Kelsey.
So, what we did is we posted 4 different titles that are possibilities for this next piece that we're working on right here. Each person can vote for which one they like most, And if there's one that they have thought of on their own, they have the chance to comment it as well. We've
Okay,
actually had a
cool.
couple come through that are pretty nice. There's Dorothy says the Queen of the Seas. It's very nice.
Dorothy actually won one of our contests.
Oh, did she?
Yes, she did.
Glad you're back
You want a job
today.
here, Dorothy?
She actually named, I think it was Joe did not send me Dorothy, am I right?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Am I right?
Let's see if she'll answer.
That was Rhea.
Yeah, that's who. Oh, that's who I'm thinking it was. I thought it was Dorothy Rim because she was on earlier. This is Dorothy.
Oh, I apologize.
Sorry. I didn't realize. Okay, it's Dorothy actually. How's Gil doing?
Dorothy's like, what? I didn't do that.
Yeah. It's like I got the wrong Dorothy. Sorry about that.
So you're glad the wizard didn't. No.
And then we also have one, just trying to find it here. There's another nice recommendation from Mike Coffin. He said East Coast Pride.
Oh, that's nice.
So see that already it changed things.
And you can see the
Maybe
comments
not,
there.
maybe not to you, but it did to me. Am I going to be right in the way if I do this?
Oh, you're okay.
I'll go down lower here.
So why you have two names the same? The Legend of the Blue Nose, The Legend of the Blue Nose?
Oh,
Legacy
Kelsey.
of the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses.
Oh, Kelsey.
No, that's me.
Kelsey did it all wrong.
All my fault. Okay.
Ugh.
Just try and keep the peace by taking the blame. I'm just kidding.
No. We don't fight in here.
No, never. We have passionate debates with very resourceful solutions at the end.
You know, I usually win. Just joking.
Yep, that's how we make the peace. Polly.
Yeah, she wins no matter who's right.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one that's right. She's the one that wins.
Blue Nose, the ocean knows your name. That's cool too. Really shows the significance of the ship.
So who was the singer of the Blue Nose? Who sang the Blue Nose?
Oh, that's a great question.
Stan
Stan Rogers.
Rogers.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to look that up, there's a real nice Stan Rogers, a very old-fashioned, old-school folk singer,
Yeah.
and he was probably one of Lord Lightfoot's heroes, or whatever you want to call it. So Bob Saul said once upon a time he was at our house, and he said when he took art lessons in school, that the teacher gave him heck because he did a black line on. He said you never ever do a black line on the horizon.
Okay.
What?
You never do a black line on the horizon. That's what his teacher said. So we're standing there looking at the lake, and there's a perfect black line. I don't know what it is, but once in a while you'll get this beautiful, crisp black line going straight across the horizon. So Bob was right.
And let me put it this way, Bob. Ron failed art in art school anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
It is true.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
No, I didn't fail.
No, he didn't fail.
I got zero. For
He got
one,
zero on his term.
I got kicked out of class.
Kicked out art class. So.
Did you skip class? Is that why?
No.
No. I got kicked out because I did something that was it was an art thing to do. Was I just
You didn't do.
So you had enough
it.
ownership.
I just put 2 feet. Okay, so I got to tell everybody now. So anyway, there was they wanted it was 1 point 2 point perspective drawings that or paintings that we were trying to do. So we had to learn how to do that. And 2 point means it has a vanishing point here and it has one here. So I thought, well, the best thing for me to do in this painting would I'm going to do my name, Ron Suchiu, in huge stones, huge carved stones, like
Yeah.
100 feet high.
Like the Flintstones type.
Yeah.
Thing.
Okay.
And so I did a 3D of this, and then the one perspective goes this way. So it looked really
Cool.
huge. And then, just like today, I would put little things on it. I did that back then. On my earliest stuff, I always put some little hidden stuff, right? Well, I had people all over the top. I had a little kid flying a kite, and one climbing up a long ladder, and one chiseling.
What
and,
grade was this?
Oh, I don't
10
know,
maybe?
10, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And then, okay, so there was a thing that happened. It was almost like that. What was his name? Was here?
Oh, Waldo?
No, what was the one that was?
Oh, wait a minute, Kilroy.
Kilroy was here. So there was the thing. Kilroy was. But anyway, there was also a hippie thing where you'd see two feet pointing upwards and 2 feet pointing downwards. Two smaller ones, right?
So
Right.
you say that?
So here I
in
am.
the year 1969.
Yeah. So,
That would make
ask
sense.
oh my God. So anyway.
1970. I don't know.
Here's the. I'm not even going to go there. Here's the stone. Oh, here's the stone. So all you see is these 2 feet sticking up on the ground with a little shadow, and then 2 feet, 2 lower ones going down.
Okay.
I lost my whole term over that. Because, and not what it wasn't. Maybe it was because I did it, but it was because everybody in the class. Every kid in the class was walking up and laughing their heads off at this thing because somebody discovered it. I didn't tell anybody I did it. Somebody discovered it.
So it was
Well-
actually hidden a little bit.
Oh well, it was tiny. I mean, it was this big, right? And the painting was big, and I do that where I put something so small.
That's
Well, anyway, what happened was
that,
I got thrown out of for the whole term for disrupting class.
Oh.
Not for doing something sexual or anything.
oh, okay. That's,
Okay.
I see.
Yeah, but and then Colleen met the teacher years later,
Oh, did
and
you?
the teacher
At a
said,
reunion.
"I always knew Rob was going to go somewhere."
Yeah, at a
Oh,
reunion.
that's
Oh yeah,
awesome.
yeah. She
Yeah.
thought she always knew I was going to
That's
be
so
successful,
sweet.
although she threw me out of class for a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, she just knew that you didn't need the education.
That's
to be
right. That's
successful.
right. Yeah, that's what I say.
Jacqueline says you should recreate that picture. I think that's a great idea, Jacqueline.
Might take me back to places I don't want to be.
That's true. And Marla Wells has a question.
Yeah.
She wants to know where the block of wood came from that will be pieced out on the AP and PP pictures.
The block of wood
may have
is
looked
from. Yeah, it's from the block of wood is from the BLUENOSE to the hull, and it's on the. Actually, it's almost midships, right about here.
Yep.
And I'm going to say on the right-hand side, or I'm sorry, on the port side, the left side of the ship, the port side.
Yeah,
I got a vote. I better be using the right language here.
absolutely. And as Ron was saying earlier, we're going to start including brochures with each of our paintings, and we'll actually include a picture of what we believe to be where the block came from.
Yeah. For approximately.
Ron,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this. Maybe you want to hold that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
We
that's
can-
a good idea.
Yeah.
We can hold it up
So
here.
here's a picture for it. Just tell me if it's good.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can see it.
So what you're seeing there, and where's that block? You see the size of that block. I can't believe these guys are actually bending it.
I know. That's
It takes all of those
so
guys
hard.
to bend it. And if you look, there's the
there.
block right here. This is the
No,
outside
you can't.
color.
You can't hold it up. You hold
This is
the
the
picture.
outside color of the ship. And that is the block. I'm going to turn it like this. It would be like this, right?
Yep.
And you see that block? Look at that.
Yep.
You actually see the dimensions there.
Yep.
So wait a minute.
So
this
that's-
black was the outside?
That's the black. That's the
Okay,
ship.
that's
It was
cool.
on the
Yeah.
outside, huh?
Yeah, that's the painting issue. And then you go when you see this picture. We will have this picture available. You'll see that there's ribs. I think I wouldn't call them ribs. I would call them sub ribs, because the ship would have major ribs inside, and then they would. I think this this is probably a barrier in case one of the hulls got broken by ice or whatever. If they cracked a hull, they would have a secondary hull, and it would give them enough time to get to shore. So anyway, that is the BLUENOSE 2. Being repaired in dry. I think it was in dry dock when. No, it was in the
No.
water last time we
Yeah.
were there. But yeah, that I don't remember exactly when that happened. But that's probably 10 years ago or so. So anyway, we ended up getting pieces of that. That's not something you could just go and buy. We actually, I
Ron,
worked it out with the people. The people who built the ship have a small store, and I actually worked with them to
Sorry.
get. Worked with them
Sorry
to
about
get,
that, everybody.
worked with
It's
them
a
to
small
get,
phone.
Worked with them to get. I got a broken record. Work with them to get some pieces. Anyway,
Ron always has ways of trying to connect to people, and
Yeah.
by being weird.
yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
Right.
So
Fish.
does that answer your question, Marla?
Yeah, she says awesome. Thank
If it
you.
doesn't-
okay. Okay.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
Another interesting thing is that all the pieces from the original Blue Nose are nowhere to be found. Is that correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's as far as we're going to talk about that part of it.
Okay.
Because she knows other stuff, but I'm not going to let her say it. So
All right.
that'll get people thinking. I'll tell you.
Maybe we need to learn another language.
So the original Blue Nose.
Ixnay.
Yeah, it was sad. It was actually very sad. The captain of the original Blue Nose tried everything he could to save it from being sold, and it was sold to the East Indian Spice or Trade
Trading
Company, which
company.
it was the biggest trading company in the world at the time. So they take the beautiful ship like this, the Blue Nose, stripped it of all of its sails, took its masts down, and put an oil burning
I thought it
motor in it.
sank.
and it was off and it would carry, I think it was carrying oil or
Spices?
Oh,
no
bananas.
spices.
Bananas.
Was it bananas?
And rum and sugar.
Okay.
I
So
remember reading that.
so it just became a merchant ship, but it was a
Yeah.
steam powered merchant
Oh,
ship, which was
okay.
a disgrace.
Oh, okay.
It almost broke. Well, it probably did break the heart of the captain because he loved the ship so much.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so a typhoon came along and it was just off of a reef off of Haiti, and it got destroyed. And the storm was so bad that there was barely a piece that were found.
Oh.
And that's the story. So the Blue
That's
Nose,
it we're gonna say.
Interesting.
that's the bad part of it all.
That is. Now we'll
So
have some.
the water won't, just to warn you, the water won't look anything like water until I go further into that part of it. But it's going to look better than having white here.
Just letting you know, we got about 5 minutes left. In case there's anything important. Or... I think we covered our bases for the most part. Oh, maybe I should let you guys know we have about 5 minutes left in case you have any questions. That's the time to do it now. Thank you.
I got one. When are we doing this again?
Oh,
That's one thing
Tuesday?
we didn't decide. Yeah, let's do it Tuesday.
yeah. How does that sound, guys?
We'll do Tuesday.
Yeah.
We good?
Whatever,
Tuesday.
you tell me.
And
He's looking over at the boss here, seeing
Yeah,
if
the
I'm
boss. the big kahuna. If there's a problem with the time, just let us know. I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to go by everybody's comments. We want to make sure and do this the best we can for people. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, we'll do it Tuesday and we'll do it Thursday next week or Friday. Let's do Tuesday, Thursday. If I have to go any further with it, then we'll go Friday.
Yeah.
But I think by Thursday next week we'll have a finished thing, and by Tuesday next week you're going to see a lot more, especially in here. It's
Yeah.
going to help you out a lot better, and hopefully you start to like it, because looking at a painting like this, there's not much to like, right?
I would
So-
disagree.
Okay.
He's just being
Maybe I
modest.
should just show it. I should just show it. Yeah.
But definitely, we'll have a long way to go.
No, but I'm going to try and get a bit more done while I'm doing it, and which reminds me, I haven't been taping this one, but we have it here.
Yeah.
And then after everything is said and done, then we're going to have one of my high-speed videos that reduces down and gives you almost the whole thing being painted in front of your eyes. If you got people, friends that are artists, please, I really do want to. There's something happening in our future. We want to start helping artists as much as we can. I really would like you to try and get your friends that are artists and that to join in with offering suggestions or asking, how do I do this or how do I do that? I really feel it's my time in my career that I want to start to pass a torch on that means something. Mm-hmm. So please feel free to have your friends come in and watch us and ask us anything. Ask me anything. I'll come up with some kind of answer. If I don't know it, I'll still come up with an answer. It might not be the brightest one in the world. But anyway,
Dave
So-
Shuttleworth just joined us. Hi, Dave.
yeah, they were
Oh,
here.
you've
earlier
been here?
too.
Okay, well.
They're just coming back to see.
I haven't.
They're going to come back to see if we're going to close out ever. Yeah. So are we done? I don't know. Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
127.
next time you see it, we're going to be a lot further in, and just get involved with us. We want you to be involved, and bring your artist friends to these sessions.
Yeah,
Okay?
Kelsey says we have to say goodbye.
yeah,
Okay,
we should
I'm
all
gonna-
say goodbye.
I don't have a mask on, guys.